special trip just for y'all. What you think?
Yeah.
They traveled a long way, you know? Long way. Hello, Joseph? Can you hear me? Joseph?
Oh, yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Good. I understand that you had some brothers that did not like you.
Well, at the beginning, no, they did not like me at all. They did not like me at all, and I don't know why. I don't know why my brothers did not like me. My father gave me a coat of many colors. I was his favorite child. And he gave me a coat of many colors, and I wore it all the time, but I don't know why my brothers did not like me. I had a dream that my brothers would bow down before me, and my brothers did not like that dream too good. No, they didn't. I don't know why they did not like me.
So, what did your brothers do?
My brothers threw me into a pit, and then they sold me into Egypt as a slave, and they took my coat of many colors, and they ripped it up, they put blood on it, and they told my father that an animal had eaten me, and I could not believe that they did that. I could not believe that they did that.
So what happened in Egypt?
Well, in Egypt, I went to Potiphar's house. I worked in Potiphar's house, and he was a very important man in Egypt, and I worked for him, and Egypt, and Potiphar, he really liked me. And his wife, she really liked me too. And one day, she tried to, how do you say, she tried to kiss me, and I know that that was wrong because that was Potiphar's wife. So I said, no. And she got mad with me, and she told Potiphar some lies about me, and he believed all the lies, so he threw me into prison, and I stayed there for a good little while. And but then while I was there, Pharaoh had some dreams, and since I interpret dreams, they took me before Pharaoh, and I interpreted his dreams, and I told Pharaoh what his dream meant, and Pharaoh, from that point on, I think that Pharaoh liked me.
So what happened to your brothers?
All my brothers, yeah, they were bad boys. Their land went into a drought, and they had no more food, so they had to go. They had to go to Egypt to get food. What they did not know that they would have to stand before me.
Oh, you must have gotten them back good.
No, I forgave them. You see, you cannot love God if you hate your brother. It doesn't matter what your brother has done to you, you still got to love your brother. And you have to love everybody, regardless of what they've done. And but however, my dream that my brothers would bow down before me, that dream came true. And God knew that the children of Israel would need food. So He sent me to Egypt to help save food for the drought.
Were your brothers scared to see you?
They did not recognize me. Can you believe that? Can you believe that they did not recognize me? They did not recognize, their own brother. Well, I finally told them who I was, and we all hugged and cried, and they went and they got my father and brought him back to Egypt. And he could not believe that his son was still alive.
Wow, that's an awesome story.
Oh, well, it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. If you read your Bible, you will read about Joseph the dreamer, and that is me. I'm right there in the Bible.
Okay, thanks so much.
Okay. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. How do I turn this thing off? Right here. Turn it off right here. Okay, turn it off. Okay.
Next, we have Moses, and he is coming to visit us.
He can't see without his glasses.
I told y'all and I told you. Stop that bickering and complaining over there, and I told you. You're getting on my nerves. You keep right on, I'm going to call fire down from heaven on you. Don't we do that? I'm short of it. I'm sorry.
I understand that you led the children of Israel out of Egypt.
Yeah. Only because God told me to.
How in the world did you get them out of Egypt?
Well, let me tell you that story. That wasn't easy. First of all, I had to go talk to Pharaoh. Told me again, I said, Pharaoh, you need to bow down to God. He looked at me, he said, Moses, me? Bow down? Never. I said, look here, bud. If you don't, God's going to send some plagues down here upon you. And sure enough, that's what happened. He sent frogs, he sent lice, he sent fire, he even sent death. So, he didn't want to budge. Because he was a hard case. Hard case.
I understand that God parted the Red Sea for you.
Yes, he did. That was amazing. There we were, standing out. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Red Sea in front of us. Pharaoh's army coming behind us. But let me tell you what happened. God said, stand still. And he parted the Red Sea. And when he parted the Red Sea, he didn't just part the Red Sea. He parted the Red Sea and we went over on dry ground. Dry ground. There wasn't no moisture nowhere. On dry ground we walked across the Red Sea. When we went through that place, right on through the Red Sea on the dry ground, we ended up Mount Sinai. And right then, that's when God called me up and he gave me the 10 Commandments.
Have people obeyed the commandments?
No, they break them every day. Several of them, every day. I'm talking every day, about every minute, if you really want to know the truth about it, about every minute. They're just like a bunch of church people. Just like a bunch of church people. You think things are going right. Next thing you know, there's a bunch of bickering and arguing. Just a bunch of bickering and arguing. Hey, put that down. I told y'all, leave that stuff alone. You know the 8th commandment, thou shalt not steal. Put it back. Put it back. I mean it. Oh. Go right ahead, man.
So what happened after that?
Well, I tell you what, after we got out there, we were walking in the wilderness. And we went to Canaan. And we sent spies in, or let me put it this way, they sent spies in. They sent spies in, and when they come back, they said, oh, there was giants there and great walls. They were scared to death. Didn't have the faith in God. The God that just parted the Red Sea, the God that got them out of Egypt. And they didn't have faith in him. So there we are, walking around in the wilderness. For 40 years we walked around out there in that wilderness. 40 years. My legs are still hurting from walking so long. Hard-headed bunch of people. Hard-headed. Just like I said before, just like a bunch of church people. You can't do nothing with them. They're hard-headed. Hard-headed.
Well, that doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun.
Well, I'm going to tell you, it wasn't no fun. It wasn't no fun at all. But you know, God supplied us even when we were right there. Even though we disobeyed him, he still supplied out there. He sent manna down from heaven. Sent manna down from heaven. And they still weren't happy. Still weren't happy. 40 years, sisters. Think about that. 40 years we walked around out there in the wilderness.
Okay, Moses. Well, thank you for your time.
And I thank you for your time too, ma'am. And you have a wonderful day.
All right, we've got guest for tonight. Jonah is coming to see us. Hello, Jonah. Hello, Jonah.
Hello?
What are you doing?
I'm wet.
Why are you wet?
I just got swallowed by a whale.
You just got swallowed by a whale?
Yes.
How did that happen?
Well, God told me to go to Nineveh and to preach, but I didn't want to go. There ain't nothing there but a bunch of whoremongers and heathens out there. So I got on a ship that was going in the opposite direction. I thought I was going to run away from God.
Did that work?
No, he was there the whole time. He sent a storm that almost sunk the ship that I was on. It was rocking back and forth and back and forth. That I almost...
So what did you do?
Well, I finally told those guys to just throw me overboard because I knew where the storm had came from. And sure enough, just as soon as they did, the storm began to calm.
So did you swim to shore?
No, God sent a big old fish that came and he just swallowed me up. Just like that.
You mean you were in a fish's belly?
Yeah, and let me tell you, that fish had heartburn or something. Whew. Did he ever stink?
So what happened after you were swallowed?
I stayed in there for 3 days. 3 long days.
So what did you do while you were in there?
What would you have done? I prayed, Lord, please let me out of here. I'll go wherever you want me to go. I'll do whatever you want me to do. I'll preach to whomever you want me to preach. It doesn't matter. Just let me go, please. And on the 3rd day, he threw me up upon the shore.
So what are you going to do now?
What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to go and preach before God sends another whale my way. Wait, do you hear that, guys? I think I heard another whale coming. I must go. I must go.
All right, that was Jonah. So out of the three, which was your favorite? Was it Joseph, Moses, or Jonah? Joseph or Jonah? Well, I think we all like a little bit of everybody. Everybody's calling someone different. That's okay. We're supposed to like them all. They're all wonderful stories. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go back and sit right on the front row, and we're gonna ask our youth choir, our young